Yeah, I'm looking at all my audio settings, and I think I am still getting an echo. Well, even if there is an echo, I'll do my best to talk about what's going on here. So we've got the randomized stages in this particular edition of the tournament. So CasualTom has ended up in Wood Stage, and Chungus is in Bubble.
Not sure if you guys can hear the echo as viewers. I've muted a thing or two on my end, and I'm not getting an echo anymore, but who knows?
Yeah, if I mute the restream, I don't get the echo.
So, I think I might have been muted earlier when I tried to say this, but it looks like both of our wow, finishing basically frame synced.
Oh,
but both of
cool.
our runners kept their first stage, which is kind of rare sometimes. Yeah, Chungus getting a bit of good luck there with Metal Second. That allows him to pick up 1, possibly 2 E-Tanks. And one thing about routing this is you really have to plan for the unexpected all the time. So early E-Tanks is always a blessing.
Yeah, Tom had a pretty difficult bad guy there getting through the waterfalls. Those shooty guys are really tricky in this stage.
And those fat fiends, I never remember what they're called, they can be a real pain. Can't tell if that was an intentional death on Chungus's part. Yep, looks like it was.
Yeah,
so
looks like.
Maybe gonna come back with different weapons. Oh, and Tom jumping a little too high into those spikes. The black on black means it's a little bit hard to tell where the spikes start.
Yeah, those little grayish dots are spikes up there, even though with the randomized colors, you can't see the spikes themselves.
We've got the carrot skies of Airman.
Daggett's usually the wizard of knowing what the sky in air means. If it's orange or yellow or red, Daggett will tell you if that's good or bad or how difficult the stage is going to be based on just that color.
That's right. It's, I feel like this is a pretty neutral color.
It's kind of a warm and friendly color. It's not bad.
Yeah.
And Tom was ready for that shooty guy at the end. I noticed Chungus got right past him as well. So that's good for both runners.
So Tom with a little bit of an early lead here, simply because Chungus decided to game over to change stages.
And Tom finding a weakness there, which is nice, using Metal Blade.
Yeah, it looks like Crashman's AI is not too smart. The problem is Chungus is a little bit low on health, so he does have to take an E-Tank, but for the most part, Crash is pretty easy.
In a way, that Crashman is, I think, in a way more difficult, because he just keeps walking into you.
Yeah. Sort of like, you know, in scary movies when the villain just sort of like, just can't be stopped and just keeps coming for you.
Yeah, the
Like
the monster's really slow and just plodding around, but as fast as you can run, you can't get away.
Yeah. So the stream stopped there for a bit for me, so I think I might have missed some action, but it looks like...
Oh, there we go, yeah, looks like we're back.
Looks like Tom's making his way through quick just fine, and heat's not too big of a problem for Chungus. Oh, but those Buster immune fans.
Daggett, it looks like the echo is actually gone, so you can put the sound back on so we can listen to the awesome music.
Oh, thank you. Thank you to whoever fixed that. Metal Man here.
Yeah, he's Buster weak.
Yeah, that's kind of nice on him. He's so far away that it's kind of nice to be able to just shoot Buster shots at him.
Tom going to air now.
So these prop tops in Heat can be pretty obnoxious because of the way they time their jumps. It can really be a problem.
Well, especially since the runners have to go zipless and you have to time these Yoku blocks, and timing that with the jump timing of the, what did you call them, prop tops? Yeah, that's a tricky thing.
Poor Chungus just got smashed by that prop top that spawned right as he was waiting for a Yoku block. Getting through there much better the second time, though.
There we go. There's some item 2.
Yeah, it'll mean some Yoku blocks, but I think it was the right decision.
Yeah, that's a good place to use the item 2.
Meanwhile, Tom made it through quick, no problem, and looks like air is also no problem. I gotta wonder what's going through Chungus's mind. If I was in his place, I think I would be building up some tilt. Just because of some... Oh, no.
Yeah. Agreed. And with that, at the end of the Yoku section, too, so it's that much more tragic.
Yeah. Looks like he's prepping to use item 2 again. But it's not gonna last long enough. Wow, and Tom makes very quick work of whoever was at the end of air. I didn't even... Sorry, what stage was that? That was air, right?
Yeah, that was air stage, yeah. And there's Tom's
It all happened so
too.
fast. Oh, Flash stage. Flash is definitely a stage you want to get early, just because it's so quick, and it's usually pretty safe.
And there's a good chance of getting an E-Tank. Or at least there's a chance.
Yeah. There's no pits, no bottomless pits to fall in. The biggest thing that can happen is if you get a boss that's just onerous to kill with Buster.
Chungus with another game over from those Yoku blocks. He's gonna go to another stage and come back.
Yeah, I was really curious what would happen there. In my experience, it can definitely help to go to a different stage as a palate cleanser. But I know some people would rather stick on that stage and power through it.
Yeah, and the randomizer, it really depends on what you have. Sometimes going weapon hunting is a good idea, but if you're already wrapping up your stages and you know you've got most of the items, then powering through it maybe is a good idea. Tom's looking for the wall weakness here. And he doesn't have it, but he has ruled out now what doesn't work.
Yeah, it's that kind of interesting calculus, like, is he able to remember or write down which ones he hasn't checked?
For sure, when I play Randomizer and I find like a weakness or something, I write it down because I can
Yeah, for the casual weekly races, I don't tend to write it down, but when we do the tournament races, I try to write it down because, yeah, it makes a big difference. Oh, and it looks like fans can be defeated by the leaf shield. That's good information.
Tom has item 1 as well now.
Going to crash stage. So that's actually really lucky of him that he now has 2 of the items going to crash. And a majority of the weapons. Chungus makes quick work of that metal man. Welcome everybody from SpeedGaming 4. This is the Mega Man 2 Randomizer Tournament for 2020. We are currently in the losers part of the finals bracket. Whoever loses today will go home. It's best of 3. Oh, and also welcome everybody from SpeedGaming 3. As I was just explaining, this is the Mega Man 2 Randomizer Tournament for 2020. This is a match in the losers bracket, so whoever loses today will be done with the tournament, and whoever wins will advance. Both of our runners are fairly even matched, and it's best of 3.
A really good job by Tom there. There were shrimp in the elevator rooms, and that is just awful. But using Leaf Shield to deal with the shrimp was really a good move.
Fun features of the randomizer is that the music gets randomized. So if you were wondering when this track appears in Mega Man 2, the answer is it doesn't. Chungus tries only crash bombs and says, you know what, I'm done with this barrier. I'm going for the health. So this will slow him down a little bit because he can't use the ladder zip to get out of the health jail.
Oh, that's right, we're zipless, so yeah, he can't do that.
Okay, that was probably an intentional death on Chungus's part.
I don't know, the floor in Flash Stage is slippery, so I'm not sure.
It is hard to say, but I think with that low starting HP and Woodman, it's probably a calculated death.
Woodman just needed a hug.
Shooting through his shield there is a pretty good strategy. I feel like Chungus is getting back into the groove.
Yeah, if he's choosing to go back to heat, maybe he's ready.
Yeah, he just had a rough start this seed, and that's definitely a thing that happens in a randomizer.
No, it's Huggles. Wow, Tom with another weakness.
Yeah, that looked like one of the really super good weaknesses.
Yeah, that was a fantastic weakness, especially with Huggles. If you try to take him down with just Buster, he's difficult.
Yeah, you gotta like run away from him in a very particular way. Yeah, having item 1 here will make this heat stage much easier. for both of our runners.
Yeah, there we go. Chungus is cruising through with item 1s now.
This is Tom's first time seeing this heat stage, but Chungus' second time.
Yeah, and now Chungus hasn't used his item 2, so he can save it here and just ride across.
I think he's a little too high to get the 1-up. We'll see. Yeah, just skimmed over the top. See, Tom quickly adapts to the stage and gets out item 1 immediately. So, a sign of a good rando player, learning to adapt to the different scenarios.
I think that's one of the things I like the most about randomizers, just in general, any and all randomizers, is that puzzle aspect of it. You've seen this game before, you've probably run it many times, and now the randomizer's throwing all sorts of curves at you, and you have to learn quickly how to deal with those, and how to solve the problem, I guess.
Sure. Fundamentals down. Now it's all about improvisation and execution.
There's item 3 in heat stage.
As I like to say, Chungus is now go mode. On with a really nice heat fight. It's hard to, so if you're used to vanilla, you might think, oh, that's pretty standard, but actually what you need to know is in the randomizer, the AI of Heatman has been randomized, so how long he delays, how far he dashes, how fast he dashes, all of that's different every seed.
So this is interesting. Tom is in metal stage now. Chungus was here at one point and chose to go to different stages, and I think these bulletproof fat fans are the reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the only way to pass this fat fan here is with the pause buffer.
Yeah, so for those of you who are new to Mega Man 2 Randomizer, when you pause the game, it completely resets all of Mega Man's velocity, and you can accelerate horizontally in the air much faster than you accelerate down. So you can sort of repeatedly bring up the menu while holding a direction and make progress.
Oh, there we go. Right when I was reading what chat said that metal works on the fat fans, and then Tom gets metal out and takes that one out at an angle.
Oh, I thought Tom was going to fall in the pit for a second.
I was scared there too.
Nice item 2 strap from Chungus right now. It's a really smooth way to deal with that screen. Buster immune chandeliers. You don't like to see that.
We've got Quick Man here, who is Buster weak.
Oh, good.
Good. Chungus got him.
Yeah, that was a close fight there. Our players... So one of the things that's not randomized is the damage that Mega Man takes. So our players do sort of know how much leeway they have all the time. And usually you have an E-Tank in your back pocket and you're just sort of ready to use it at a moment's notice if something goes awry in a boss fight.
Tom getting that lag knuckle. And Tom's got his 8 robos down. That means it's time for our favorite
guess
game.
The color? Oh, go for it. Sorry.
We didn't practice this. I was going to say our favorite game, guess the color of the dragon. And for bonus points, guess the weakness.
Would you like to go first?
I'm gonna stick with one of my go-tos, Barbie Dragon, which is mostly just pink, And I'm gonna say Buster weak.
I'm gonna say a green dragon, and I'm gonna say weak to metal. Chungus here, getting a little intimidated by this Mecha Joe.
Oh, but the Joe himself is metal proof, so that's gonna be something.
Oh, that's...
Ooh, good use of an item 3, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great strat there. So normally a knockback would push you off the ladder, but when you have a platform under you, it's not so bad. Chungus going up the left.
Making sure he's gonna get the E-tank.
Yeah, that's probably the strat. So far, this Wily 1 not proving to be too onerous. Tom's already approaching the dragon. We get to find out the color.
Yeah, it's funny how some stages can be really benign and you just kind of walk through, and other ones can be completely terrifying depending on what enemies get spawned.
It's, I don't know, like a lilac? What color is
Lavender?
Oh, and it is Buster.
Oh, I got Buster. I got half of it.
Oh.
Oof.
So, for those of you who don't know, on the frame that you kill the dragon, you lose control of Mega Man, and if you're over the gap, you'll fall down it and die, and have to kill the dragon again, which is almost what happened there. Tom lost control, but had one pixel of a foot over the platform.
And Chungus just found Air Shooter works on Huggles, which is a really important piece of information.
Oh, yeah. Another thing to keep in mind is our runners don't know where the other runner is, so we don't want people to get spoiled on the seed, right? So runners sort of run in isolation. They're actually in a sensory deprivation tank while they're doing this.
That's going to be like the next big category for speedrunning. You know, you've seen blindfolded runs or feet percent and things like that. It's going to be sensory deprivation tank percent.
I'm coming up on Pico Pico here. The bosses in the Wily stages aren't randomized too much, but their weaknesses are definitely randomized. Oh, looks like it's Crash weak.
Yeah, Crash is working.
But I don't think he'll have enough Crash ammo to finish the fight.
I was going to say, the ammo consumption is medium or so.
Yeah, so he goes weapon hunting. Oh, Bubble. Bubble's usually a pretty good fallback for this boss.
Yeah, I feel like Bubble does work a lot.
Wily bosses are never weak to Flash Time Stopper, though. Your weapon ammo doesn't refill between the Wily stages, so one thing you have to plan for is how much ammo you're using when. And do you know the Buster weakness? You probably don't want to run out of ammo until you know the Buster weakness. Or sorry, the barrier weakness.
Yeah, there's the barriers, and then there's the alien at the end. You really want to make sure you don't run out of something when you get to the alien for the first time, because if the alien is weak to the thing you don't have, that's a problem.
Yeah. Oh, Chungus taking an E-tank right there because he didn't have enough health to survive a body hit from Airman, because that's a big damage.
Yeah, body damage is like 10?
I don't know the numbers.
This is one of my favorite songs that shows up in the randomizer.
Yeah, this one's good.
This is from the X series? I don't know which game. I don't know the X's.
Yeah, Kyle in chat is saying X2. I would believe that.
Yeah.
Morphmoth. Okay. Oh, it's a very Barbie.
Yeah, pretty close to Barbie Guts. Win quick. The vanilla weakness.
Yeah, pretty good kill.
Yeah, that's a really.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say that's a really good kill in the randomizer since weapon hunting takes up a lot of time, and then if the Guts tank has a bad weakness, he can be really slow to kill.
Yeah. So you might have seen Chungus sort of jumping towards the Metroids and then away from them, and that's a manipulation. Once they get to about eye level with Mega Man, they sort of do this reverse circular motion, and you can run under them. Oh, so the locations of the false floors have been randomized. So Tom doing a little bit of investigation there with his head from below, figure out where that hole is.
Yeah, this one's a little scarier because you can die. But there is kind of a trick to it because the floor, the magic floor can only appear in a certain spacing. And if you know what that spacing is, you can jump in the right places and be safe.
Yeah, so that Mega Man's always got one foot on a real platform and the other foot is maybe over a fake platform. I do like this dragon. It's a good look for the dragon.
It's a pretty cool dragon, I'll admit.
So Tom doing pretty well with these anxiety rooms. The crop tops are not my favorite thing to run into, but they're not as bad as some things.
Yeah, they're kind of somewhere in the middle. And you can kind of do the room that Tom was previously in. You can, with the crop tops, I think you can do either strategy. You can use item 1s or item 2 to get across that room.
Yeah. Tom coming up to the Boo Beam fight. Now in Vanilla, you have to use the same weapon for the barriers and the boss, but in the randomizer, that's not the case, which helps a lot with the ammo, unpredictability of ammo usage.
Yeah, since the randomizer can have ammo consumption that's just way off the scale, you know, you only fire a handful of crash bombs and then you're out of ammo, that would make this room fairly impossible. So this room is a little bit more designed to be friendly so that one item will take out the walls and a different item will take out the actual beams.
Say it's bubble for the turrets. Bubble's a weird weapon to have to use in this room because depending on how it's randomized, it can be a real pain.
Yeah, it behaves really funny sometimes.
And then the Metal Man first is weak to Buster. It can often be good to do a Buster mostly refights in this, just depending on the ammo consumption.
Save ammo for things.
Oh, looks like Atomic Fire is a weakness.
Oh yeah, charged heat, yeah.
So Tom choosing to refill after the fights here. He has enough E-tanks that I think personally I might opt to take a bunch of damage in these fights and not refill on the boss health. And the reason is just that the boss health is often slower than the E-tank. But you definitely want to keep your health up towards the end of this, because the Wily Machine can be really dangerous, or most of the time it's totally not.
I like that. Yeah, it's either really easy or really not easy.
Yeah. And it basically comes down to there's a really high chance that both phases are buster weak, in which case it's pretty easy. But if you have to hunt for a weakness on the second phase, that's dangerous. It's like there's some predictions from chat, wondering if somebody's going to get a sub 32 tonight.
Now let's see if the machine is buster weak. Surprise, surprise, it is.
So Tom trying to refill a bit of ammo here so that the alien fight goes a little bit smoother. That one's a risky one to grab.
Yeah, you can hug the machine.
Probably need an E-tank here, we'll see. No, it should be good.
Chungus simultaneously getting the Guts Dozer down. And Tommy is going to refill some more at the beginning of the stage here.
Yeah, I think personally I might have just YOLO'd it. But this
when you're
is
racing
definitely the
against
safe
somebody
strat.
blind like that, it's so hard to tell.
It really is.
Yeah, he did have quite a few items that had kind of some low ammo. So, we're going to find out what the alien weakness is.
It's not a crash. Oh, it's Buster.
So the refills were not needed.
GG, Tom.
Yeah, GG to Tom. And I'm guessing that Chungus is going to forfeit the rest. At least of this race, of course.
Right. Yeah, that's it's always the runner's choice. You know, sometimes people have a tight schedule or whatever, and they just want to move on to the next seed, move on to the next round. So we'll get round 2 started up here shortly. Probably about 5 minutes for the next, 3 to 5 minutes probably for the next race to start. As I said before, this is best of 3, so Chungus could make a huge comeback here. He got off to some bad luck The first few stages he picked in the first seed just weren't kind to him. They weren't the right stage given the weapons that he had and whatnot at the time. So anything is possible with the next seed. In the meantime, we get to rock out to the sweet music.
Yeah, we get this fun song for the credit roll.
Another thing to note is the tournament we raced on easy. You know, the difficulty levels here are labeled normal and easy, but let me tell you, normal is not normal. Normal is quite difficult. Easy is normal. Runners tend to make things look easy, but it's not.
Yeah, if you ever try the randomizer on normal, it really is quite different. I think the biggest difference is how much damage the enemies take.